Hey everybody, welcome back to Industry Influencers. I'm here with the amazing Grace with SMC Hotels. It's so great to see you today. Welcome being part of the show.
It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, so I know that you're a sales manager. Kind of explain a little bit about what you do and we kind of dig from there.
So my job is relatively simple. I just specialize in business travel for your corporate Monday through Friday. You know, people who are coming back and forth to town, bringing clients to town, that kind of thing.
Okay. Well, one thing I was learning when I was talking to Grace earlier was that she has a lot of experience with selling services and then also with client engagement and building those relationships. So with selling services specifically, what have you found has been a strong point in regards to engaging with your clients?
So I believe in really leading with character. I think that that's something that's hard to practically explain. Here's your ABCs, firm handshake, eye contact. I mean, that's 101. But I really think that to be a successful business person, especially in sales, is you have to be a person of character. You know, it really is, who are you when no one's looking? Or I've heard a recent quote that I really liked: if you could take a selfie of your soul, would you find it attractive enough to post?
That's a good point.
So in networking, in sales, in business in general, it's not something that it's not tangible, but it's just who you show up as consistently. And that's what is going to make people, want to do business with you and be loyal to you long term.
And I think that there's an aspect of relational skills there too, because like when you're engaging with people, yes, there's a client aspect to that, but you want them to feel comfortable, you want them to feel welcome and a part of your family.
Yeah.
So there's what are some things that you like? What's a technique that you use? Obviously, the integrity is so important because you need to walk in that the character, and having that consistency. What's one of the techniques that you have with making sure that they feel welcome and that you can relate to them and that they feel like they're a part when you're engaging and selling those services?
I'm trying to think. I feel like that's just something that comes naturally to me. So how would I, pinpoint that?
Well, you're the pro. That's what brought you in, right?
So yeah, I think that it's being genuine. It's being authentic. It's not just putting on some perfect polished up facade. Like people will see through that. And so, in the hotel business, right, it's how was your trip to town and learning about their family that, that they miss back home.
Yeah.
And, really making, like our job in hospitality is to make people feel comfortable, to feel at home, to feel welcomed.
Yeah.
And I just believe that, that has to start from a genuine heart to serve people and to create, that warmth where you just are somebody that they feel safe with and they feel safe there. And from that safety and place of vulnerability, is where you're really going to access people's deepest emotional needs, which again translates into business.
Well, I think one of the things that I'm realizing with this conversation and just with talking with you is that hospitality is so much more than just providing good service for somebody.
It is.
It's a lot deeper.
It is.
It is that relational, it is that engagement, making sure that they feel like they're known rather than that they're being served well.
Yes. And I think everybody has experienced, some kind of interaction in which, the person's just showing up with dollar signs in their eyes and just to get your business. And so you really have to be able to take a step back and see, how can I bring this person more value than I get? It's not, at the end of it, it's not about me, it's about them. And, Zig Ziglar says, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want. And so if you just lead from that place of genuinely wanting to help and serve people, it just translates above and beyond anything, completely just tangible, a paycheck or, a bonus or this or that. It's more, it's deeper. It has to be part of your heart and your passion.
And I think those skills and that mindset is something that can be carried throughout other fields and industries too. Like having hospitality, having that mindset and being in that industry, like it's so important. But having that experience there, I think anyone, whether you're in media, radio, television, or if you're real estate agents and mentors there, if you're a public speaker, you need to have a hospitality mindset.
Absolutely.
Because you're engaging with clients, that want to feel like they're known, across the industries. So there's value in having those skill sets and that experience.
Exactly. In fact of the matter is, you can throw a stone and you can hit 1,000 insurance agents, 1,000 hotels, 1,000 restaurants, whatever. And we live in this world where everything's online and you can just buy everything online, but people really are craving that human touch. Like artificial intelligence can't completely take all of that away. And so again, when they have a person that they just really feel values them and cares about them, that's as MasterCard would say, priceless.
Yeah.
So that's really, the goal is to create that genuine, that authentic, personal connection with people.
Yeah. And I think that's been a common theme across the people that we've been interviewing on the series, and then just in business in general, like whether it's Bill Wallace or who we just interviewed, I think, a couple weeks ago, let's see, Dean Lindsay is a big influencer as well. These other people too, they've made it because of the relationships. They've grown their business because they strengthen their network by having that mindset of how can I help you rather than how can I just receive your business.
Yes.
So
that's the way, the whole industry, whatever industry you're in, that's really the way that it is it's not cold calling, it's not knocking on doors, it's not, it's not transactions. People are not, just a swipe of a credit card. It's a relationship. And I've worked off of referrals for 10, 12 years now. This is how I've completely, survived and paid my bills. And so it really does make a difference when you create quality relationships. That's going to launch you way further in life than any degree, any knowledge, any, product in and of itself. It's who you are at the end of the day and who you show up as.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something with my business. I haven't started marketing for it until January.
Oh, wow.
I haven't. And I've been in business since September 2017 as my own founder of a company. But just having those relationships and those can really keep you going. Because like you said, having those referrals, that's what the relationships and your network, the strength of your network is what helps you succeed in life. Those relationships,
It truly is.
Yeah. So great, Grace. I have another question for you. What are maybe 3 things to our audience today that if you want to encourage them to learn about entrepreneurship, like, hey, you're taking a step, what are some 3 things that they need to know to get started or to grow their business?
3 things that they need to know.
Yeah. That's what I gotta think.
The list is populating pretty well.
What's
3,
the
4?
Top 3? I know. We filmed Amber and Jason. We were joking about how we had 6, 7, 8, 9. It just kept on growing, right?
Yes. Well, I'm sure there's many directions this question could go.
Sure.
I'm not sure if this is a unique direction or not, but I think number 1 skill of being an entrepreneur is number 1, really learning how to steward and be responsible with your time, with your self-care, with the money, the resources, the people. You have to understand what is in your garden and what's not. I think many entrepreneurs, what happens is they have this great idea, this brainchild, and we'll just use a basic example like a restaurant owner, right? There may be an amazing chef and he has an amazing concept, but he's not the specialist in accounting or marketing or this and that. And I think so many entrepreneurs, they try to do all the different components and they burn themselves out. And they're not doing, and then they start doing all of them at a lower level of efficiency. So that's kind of going back to that, right, stewarding your time. If you're, the idea, the inventor, the engineer, outsource, have somebody else deal with the marketing, the accounting. I know that these things cost money, which is again, right, caring for your resources and your financial, but you do have to care for yourself as well.
Yeah, you do.
So that's just kind of that culmination, I would say, of, really guarding your time. There are going to be people who are going to try to take from your time, from your resource pool and that kind of thing. And you have to just really have your guards up, not in a negative way, but just you have to protect yourself and your boundaries. And having healthy boundaries as an entrepreneur is especially key.
That's some good advice. I think one of those things you just mentioned was you can't be there for your business if you're burnt out. You really can't.
Yeah.
You have to rely, and then Darlene, she was the last interview we had. Darlene, she hires someone out to an expert with social media specifically, just to balance out her services. And so by doing that, she can have those one-on-one relationships and just focus on that. And it also frees her up to be with her family. So by all means, like if it's possible, try to find ways, even if it's small steps, to empower and teach and mentor and multiply yourself in different avenues of your business.
You're working collaboratively is key. You know, I think that a lot of people tout independence and the I'll just do it myself philosophy, and because I can do it better than delegating it. But at some level, you know, again, we're not specialists at everything, so specialize in what is yours to specialize in. And hey, if you don't have a huge budget, maybe find an intern, find a college student who's studying marketing, you know, or somebody that, you know, this could be part of their project. And, you know, you can work collaboratively, and just by them, you know, if it's an older person, just by using a millennial, you know, they're going to have a different aspect. And being humble to recognize, I think, right, we get a lot of pride in being business owners, but, you know, you have to sometimes just humble yourself and recognize this is not my specialty. Yeah. And I want my business to be successful. I do want time with my family. I want my life to matter, you know, at the end of it, and not just say that I worked myself ragged, sick, you know, and ended up broke anyways because the business didn't work out. Because there wasn't that just bigger picture of it's not meant to just be me, you know, and I think entrepreneurs really need to be collaborative minded. Yeah.
Everyone I talk to has that their success has been when they have been able to have that team mentality rather than individual mentality.
Absolutely.
Because again, when you're multiplying yourself, you are strengthening, you're linking arms with other people, and because of that, you are already stronger.
Absolutely.
So, well, want to thank the Trey Group. Thank you so much for being our location sponsor. If you're looking for brand services to display your company on doing a trade show, make sure to check out their Carrollton location here. They have a showroom and it's super fantastic. You can literally turn the camera, and I think I said this last interview too. You can literally turn the camera and there's branding everywhere. It's fantastic. So awesome. Make sure to visit their Carrollton location to look at their stuff. So, but Grace, thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you, Trey.
How can people get in contact with you if they have any questions, or if you want to get plugged in with your business you work with?
My email is really easy, grace@smchotels.com.
Perfect. Well, it's very straightforward, right? Well, thank you for being on the show today. I really appreciate your time, and I think we all learned a lot. So
awesome. Thanks, Trey.
Absolutely. Well, make sure to like and subscribe. We got a new industry influencer every week. But thank you all for being a part of the show, and we will see you all next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.